So we would ask for the no contact, for the court to consider lifting the no contact. I know it's often a concern pre-trial or any sort of adjudication that there can be witness influence, etc. We're not at that place, Judge. I know the complainants will have something to say as well, but knowing that he will likely be on the term of probation, there will be that oversight. He threw the laptop. He was angry. Also, I've explained to Mr. Dentler too that the court will likely order restitution, even though arrangements have been made just for supervision.
All right. Well, let's hear from the complainants if they're present. They took time out of their day. Let's first hear from Diana Holst. Would you come up and have a seat right here? Good morning. Are you Diana Holst?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're the defendant's mother?
Yes, I am.
And you're the complainant in the January case.
Yes.
And as Ms. Ives indicated, he got arrested, he got released. It went for further review. The prosecutor authorized the warrant sometime in February. Then it lay dormant for a couple months till he got arrested in May. So between January and May, you were all back in the same house. What would you like me to know?
My son has taken accountability for his actions in this. He was in a bad place at this time when this incident happened between him and I. He is moving himself forward to make himself better for himself and his family. I would like the court to just recognize that. He is, from what I have understood, had drug tests taken and he has passed them all. So he is not under the influence of anything.
Was he at the time this went down in January?
I'm thinking possibly, yes.
Which drug? Methamphetamine?
Yes, sir.
Are you also living at 502 Winslow?
No, sir. I haven't lived there since the end of January.
All right. So things from your perspective are hopeful.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know?
I don't think so at this point, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Ms. Parish, would you come forward? Are you Hope Parish?
Sir.
And you're in a long-time relationship with Mr. Dentler?
Yes, sir.
You share 4 children and 1 on the way.
Yes, sir.
All right. This was an alleged domestic assault on you, which was dismissed, and the destruction of his laptop, which kind of was community property, but it was in your name and he broke it in anger. What was he angry about?
We had a dispute. We were fighting.
When I ask people, there's a knockdown drag out, they break everything, the television's broken, the aquarium's broken, windows are broken. What was the fight about? We don't remember. I was like, what? So what was the dispute about?
I thought that he was back using substances. He was not. He was up all night, stressed out. So
Which is meth kind of behavior.
Yes. So I had accused him of that. That's what started the fight. Turns out I was wrong. He's been clean.
All right, that'll get us a lot farther to the finish line. At this point, do you want me to lift the no contact provision so you
Yes,
can all
sir.
be in the same house? What's your due date?
I don't know yet. I just found out last night. I was pretty sick the past couple of days and just took a test and it pinged up. So I'm assuming April, but I'm not sure.
April of next year?
Yes.
All right, that would mean, I don't know if conception is during the no contact period or not.
It wasn't.
Okay. All right, probably before that. All right, well, again, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. You guys need to try to get your family back reconciled, and methamphetamine is a big family wrecker. If we can get that out of the equation, I'm more hopeful. How much is the restitution, Ms. Canfield?
Your Honor, we don't have an exact figure. I believe it was about $2,000 or more. It's my understanding that the defendant did go to the Rennes Center and formulated a written agreement with them for the payment of restitution and damage back to the Rennes Center
All right, he
directly.
had his hand up. How much? Does it?
600, Your Honor.
All right,
I
thanks.
can get that receipt if you'd
All
like.
right, I'll accept your representation. Anything else you want me to know?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm glad both those parties are here. They're hopeful. She wants her family back together. All right, Mr. Dentler, you've heard how this affected everybody that you love most in the world. Anything else you want to tell me?
I just want to go home, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
I just want to hold my kids.
Okay, sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yes, sir. I'd also like to add, I could have had that laptop paid off already if I wouldn't have had to spend $500 on a hotel room because I had no contact orders.
I got it. We'll be all right with it.
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing with Judge Middleton really did have a little bit of everything from family tensions to heartfelt apologies to the logistics of restitution. Judge Middleton handled it in his trademark way, steady, patient, but always with a clear eye on accountability. He gave space to everyone involved, which is not always the case in these situations. First up was the defendant's mother, Diana Holst, who was also the complainant in one of the cases. That dynamic alone sets a complicated stage, but she came in with a calm presence, acknowledging the past but focusing on her son's progress. She even mentioned that while he may have been under the influence back in January, his recent clean tests show he's making an effort. The judge listened carefully, asked direct but respectful questions, and you could tell he wanted to ensure she wasn't being pressured in any way. Then we heard from Hope Parish, the defendant's longtime partner, who has 4 kids with him, and another on the way. Her testimony was honest but also forgiving. She admitted the two fought after she accused him of using, only to later realize she was wrong. That moment really stood out because it highlights how suspicion alone can escalate tensions. Her focus, though, was on reconciliation and rebuilding their family, which Judge Middleton noted with cautious optimism. There was even a bit of humor tucked into the exchange when the due date for her pregnancy was brought up, with the judge teasing out the timeline just enough to bring some humanity into the room. On the practical side, restitution became an important thread. The laptop incident, which really set off the case, was pegged at around $600, though there was some back and forth about the exact figure. The defendant himself pointed out that he could have covered it already if he hadn't been forced into a hotel because of the no-contact orderer, small but telling detail about how these restrictions ripple through people's lives. Through it all, the defendant, Mr. Dentler, came across as emotional but sincere. His repeated wish was simply to go home and hold his kids. That's the kind of statement that can either come off as a line or feel genuinely heartfelt. In this case, paired with the support from both his mother and his partner, it seemed to carry weight. The courtroom atmosphere reflected all this serious but hopeful, with Judge Middleton striking the right balance between stern oversight and a willingness to let people move forward. In the end, what stood out most was the sense of family sitting at the center of the case. This wasn't about a dramatic showdown, but rather about whether trust, responsibility, and second chances can work together under the watchful eye of the court. And Judge Middleton, as always, made sure to steer it with a steady hand. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one